When the sun shines high, Christmas lights are unneeded. In the darkness of winter, Christmas lights and Christmas joy are bright and loud and beautiful. And needed. It has always been this way. As easy as it may be to imagine the first Christmas through a sparkly and sentimental lens, with some Unitarian ministress plinking trite melodies on the piano's most annoying keys, to imagine a beloved young bride holding a fat-cheeked son as her gentle husband gazes on in adoration, the truth is nothing like a tidy stable set in a northern European snow globe. It is nothing like any nativity scene ever sold. The truth involves more struggle, more darkness, more oppression, more grief. The truth is a scandalous young woman sweating and groaning and straining while her older, angel-scolded husband plays clumsy midwife with hard, calloused, unclean, and splintered hands. The truth is a cave stable smelling of afterbirth and blood and manure. The truth is an exhausted virgin mother surviving her ordeal only to have her crude sanctuary invaded by coarse men from the fields, come to rouse her. Strangers smelling of sheep barging into her makeshift birthing room on the invitation of angels to gape at her blood, the gore of her battle, her baby. The truth is genocide, the slaughter of innocents, Egyptian exile, wandering wizards, and somehow, against all odds, joy, the joy that would change everything. As you hang your lights in these dark days, as you decorate your tree and wrap undeserved gifts for those you love, remember that what you do is rebellion. Rebellion against the darkness, against joyless despair, against the slaughter of innocents, the oppression of tyrants, and the folly of bureaucrats. That is what Christmas is, and what it always has been. Joy shines brightest in darkness, and the darkness is shattered. Joy always wins. In these darkening times, may your joy be an eruption. May your Christmas cheer burn unquenchably bright. May you be raucous and bold and overflowing in your giving, never sour in your embrace of abstract truths. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called. Merry Christmas from New St. Andrews College. This season, erupt.
This is so nice. Wait, I just did a Gabe. He's not in studio, and I'm acting like Gabe. I'm talking over the music.
You know, the nice thing about Gabe being only on a screen is you could just turn him off.
I know.
I mean, usually all you can do is mute him, but he can just still,
he gets in our mics and stuff.
Yeah, right. But
He's
now it's
just
off.
He's still there.
Yeah. No, we can actually. We can turn you.
Look, it's like the bionic Gabe right there.
Welcome to Cross Politics. Chocolate Knox, Gabe the Water Boy, who is actually sick and keeping us away from whatever plague he has. But he still was able to come in.
Look at this.
Kind of to the studio,
Yeah.
and of course, Pastor Toby.
Hey.
We're gonna drop some huge news. Huge, bigger than the biggest.
Are we making a major announcement?
Major, massive. It's astronomically large, but we'll get to that in just a second.
It's Christmas. Don't forget to join our club. During December, the first 75 people to upgrade or join our Gold or Platinum Club membership will get our 32-ounce Kodiak Christmas Santa Claus water bottle.
Ta-da.
And a free subscription to our Fight, Laugh, Feast magazine. By joining the Fight, Laugh, Feast Army, not only will we be aiding in our fight to take down secular and legacy media, but you also get access to content placed in our club portal, such as past shows, all our conference talks, and exclusive content for club members that you won't be able to find anywhere else. Lastly, you also get discounts at all our conferences. We don't have the big money of woke media, and so our club members are crucial in this fight. So join the movement, join our army, and sign up today. And Merry Christmas, fightlaughfeast.com.
Huge, massive, bigger than the biggest big news that's been news before. News bigger than...
Hashtag major announcement.
Yeah. So that kind of happened yesterday on True Social. Our 45th president, Donald Trump,
Says, I've got a major announcement.
Major announcement.
Right.
And I was like, oh, snap. What could be so major? The last time he had a major announcement, he was running for president of the United States, which wasn't so.
Well, a bunch of people were wondering if he was like going to announce he was going to run for Speaker of the House. Was one
Right.
one
But
theory.
he already says he's running for president. Why would you even
Well,
posit that?
you can still do it. You can run for Speaker of the House for a year.
And president at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, why not? Why not?
He's Trump, man. He's other people.
I had Trump running for Ron DeSantis president. That was what I thought the major announcement
What was?
going to be.
We didn't hear you. Sorry, he had you on mute.
I had. Oh no! I had the major announcement. The major announcement was going to be Trump was going to run for Ron DeSantis' vice president position. That was what I thought it was going to be.
Vice president?
Yeah, you aren't feeling good, are you?
It's a joke.
No,
It's a joke.
No, but usually those are jokes you police when you're feeling well that you don't let those come so far outside your filter. Anyway, so without any further ado, the news
The major announcement.
from 45.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump. Hopefully, your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington.
Yes.
With an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. Each
my
card comes
goodness.
with an automatic chance to win amazing prizes like dinner with me. I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have. Or golf with you and a group of your friends at one of my beautiful golf courses, and they are beautiful. Oh, we're doing a lot. My official Trump digital trading cards are $99, which doesn't sound like very much for what you're getting. Buy one and you will join a very exclusive community. It's my community, and I think it's something you're going to like, and you're going to like it a lot. They also make perfect gifts.
Major.
Oh,
No.
Major.
my
So you know-
goodness.
you know
NFT trading cards. Yeah.
So you know who Donald Trump thinks he is? He thinks he's Julius Caesar. He wants his face on a coin,
Yeah.
and the best he could do is trading cards. He mentioned Washington and Lincoln. I don't know if that was an accident. If he mentioned Washington and Lincoln, but they of course have their face on our currency, and
Right.
I think Trump is wanting something like that with this NFT thing.
Yeah, but that's no different than any other president that we've had, though. They all want it in one way or another. I remember.
But no one else has the what's the word I'm looking for to actually say it.
Well, they have other people say it
Well,
for
and he
them.
also what do you call it? He did this himself, and no one did it for him.
I know.
Right.
That's
No,
what I
I-
mean. It's
so-
he's just I don't know.
But- So here's the deal. So this drops, and everybody's like, "Well, that was the major news."
And major announcement was trending. I don't know if it's still trending right now. And people are all of a sudden like, there's tons of people making their major announcements now.
Oh, no.
Have you seen
No.
this? Like,
Do I need to?
Oh, it's hilarious. It's like all kinds of ridiculous things. Like, I did major announcement. I had a hamburger for lunch. Major
That's
announcement.
major if you're a vegan.
Major.
If you're,
that kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
The truth is that news media does this all the time. News and media. This is
Yeah.
they do this all. Breaking news.
Right.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Right. It's gonna be snowing tomorrow,
Yeah,
people.
right. Just so
Yeah.
you know. So it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right in Florida, but I just didn't expect this from Trump. But come to find out, there was something that was kind of interesting that he released on the same day. I have a theory about this, but I want to play
Okay.
for you
All right.
what came out same day after this major news, the thing that should have been leading the headlines for what would happen if he was president and he won, what he would do on his inauguration. This is what he dropped same day as his major announcement.
And here's my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech of American citizens. Second, I will order the Department of Justice to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible, and to aggressively prosecute any and all crimes identified. Third, upon my inauguration as president, I will ask Congress to send a bill to my desk revising Section 230 to get big online platforms out of censorship business. Fourth, we need to break up the entire toxic censorship industry that has arisen under the false guise of tackling so-called mis- and disinformation. The federal government should immediately stop funding all nonprofits and academic programs that support this authoritarian project.
I thought maybe you should have said stop funding all nonprofits, period.
Yeah, I was hoping that's what he was going to do, and then he finished the sentence.
Although I wasn't impressed very much with the 4, because it kind of seems like, why don't we just enforce some of the laws we already have on the books? It sounds like some of this would already be illegal to be doing.
Yeah, isn't it already illegal for the collusion to be happening?
Right.
Isn't it already illegal for there to be, suppression of free speech?
Yeah, I don't think,
The Section 230 thing, is some ambiguity there, but other than that,
but I don't. How's he going to get Congress to work with him? They don't want to work with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people. Look, he couldn't fire Fauci. Doggone it.
For real.
Okay, he couldn't fire Fauci.
That would have been my announcement.
Right.
My major announcement.
I'm sorry, America. I should have fired Fauci.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
I put y'all under a lot of stress.
For real. Yeah.
My bad.
And I'm going to investigate, Pfizer and Moderna.
Yes.
And the bank accounts.
He can't investigate Pfizer Moderna because he started that process.
Well,
that was all on him.
So then,
and you think what's interesting to me about this video is that he thinks free speech is where the battle's at. Like, the will of our country is rotten, and our collective will doesn't get free speech. And he thinks the battle is there, and it's a lot deeper than that.
Well, here's what he was really doing. I think that was just kind of red meat for his audience. If you look at the context in the last couple of weeks, Twitter has been blowing up, right? Twitter and Elon Musk have been getting all the notoriety. Even Elon talking about running for president has gotten some hype around that. What he has done with Twitter, and even talking about moving Twitter out of the Silicon Valley hub.
Yeah, right.
Elon Musk is the fame right now. He's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Trump goes and says, "Let me just test and see if my mic is on."
Okay.
On Truth Social, goes in there and says, "Major announcement."
Yeah.
He got everybody buzzing. He's not on Twitter. He doesn't have any press from Fox. He doesn't have any sort of attention given to him from any major or minor news outlets. And what Trump is doing is signaling to y'all, I got it. Like, I still can cause some havoc here. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to do it with a joke. Trading cards. At first I thought, you know what? Trump must be hurting pretty bad with them lawsuits that he's started to trade cards now. Like, this looks really bad. I don't think this was going on. I think
So you think this is like some 5D chess?
We're still in 4D, but I think he played us in the sense that we're gullible for the major. What's it going to be now? We're like people who
I don't know, man.
who have their bombs and go and sit on the couch and watch soaps.
Yeah.
Can you believe he did that to Susie? What's he going to do next time on the Days of Our Life? And that's what he pulled on us. He pulled one of those next, and we came and we're like, oh, it's not that big. But if he did it again, we'd be right back there. And then he puts on the back of it, and, if I got elected, I do these things. I think he's pulling, look, with alpha males and guys who want to be in charge and want the fame and want the spotlight, they can't let anything outstage them. Trump is so, as our producer likes to say, he's so he's wrestling, right? This is wrestling. He's playing the game. He's keeping his name in the news. And it doesn't matter. It's kind of what Kanye did too. It doesn't matter how you're talking about him. It's that you are talking about him. And everybody is talking about Trump right now. And so he's not crazy. He's not losing his mind. He's playing the game, and he's got our attention, and he got enough of our attention to be able to drop the second video. People wouldn't have paid attention to it as much if he didn't do what he did.
Joe Biden, you saw him. Did you see his tweet in response to this?
No.
I mean, he got the president of the United States to tweet. So to your point,
he's making them jump.
He says, I had some major announcements this last couple weeks too. All caps, major announcements. Inflation's easing. Is that true? I just signed the Disrespect for Marriage Act. Okay. We brought Brittany Griner home. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But kind of right up there with trading cards, I think. All right. You win, Trump. You win. You win.
Him to jump. I mean, this part of what, Trump does is he gets them to be reflexive. Right, and everybody moved. Yeah. Everybody, they had a reflex.
It's like catnip.
Exactly. We're not doing it but we're doing it too. He got us all, and it works. And he's the one who's got the power. It takes a lot more energy to ignore him in one sense than it does to keep going.
All right, Gabe, you have one more word on this. Otherwise, I'm moving on. Is that it?
I agree with Knox. I think you wouldn't be over on that. I just don't think Trump ever played 5D chess ever.
Yeah. 2.5D chess.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
maybe if lucky.
If that's the case, then we're not even playing chess at all. Then in our case,
right.
You know what I mean? Like that's just. I'll grant you that, but he's still.
It's instinctive.
He knows how the game plays.
It's instinctive, and yeah, it's he's just he's in the ring. And he knows how to throw a punch.
I get an amen from my producer. Am I on it, Neil? Thank you. See, our producer agrees.
Yeah,
that's all I needed.
Gravity Jack is a full-service digital agency specializing in the development of virtual and augmented reality experiences, mobile apps, blockchain, Web3 projects. You know what I'm talking about. Founded in 2009 as the first American agency to offer augmented reality, they even patented it. Gravity Jack's digital experiences have been a source of innovation for small business, Fortune 500 companies, and the U.S. military. Get your vision in motion at gravityjack.com. Maybe if you get Gravity Jack, you could probably understand what Trump's doing.
Yeah, maybe. At least you can put it in space so you can lay it out in 5D.
Right. What is this?
Live Action recently came out with a video that depicted what a corporate woman now would look like with the new abortion laws that allow companies to pay for abortion and send their women off to other states to get abortion if they need it. What that's actually probably going to look like in the future, the corporate world. And they kind of did this little spoof displaying kind of what the new corporate world looks like with abortion being federally illegal, right? But not locally illegal. And what that's going to do to the corporate world. It's kind of interesting. Watch this video.
It's a curveball. It's really going to throw off our schedule.
I'm sorry. The baby's got to come out at some point, and then...
Yeah, we were hoping that would be the next couple of weeks.
Are you telling me to get an abortion?
No.
No! Dropping the A word on us here.
Entirely up to you.
Yeah,
you know what? Trish, can you come on in here? Let Megan take a good look at you. Now, Megan, would you rather be some trophy housewife, or would you rather be Trish?
You don't want to be a trophy.
Tell her about your career journey, Trish.
Entered as an unpaid intern straight out of grad school, part-time after a year, full-time after another 2 years, 6 years of 80 hours a week before promotion to management. Now I'm down to a smooth 60. Ooh. 2 years later, awarded Employee of the Year. Happiest day of my life.
Which do you think she'd rather be holding in her arms? That award or a baby, Megan?
Not even a question, right?
Why do I have to pick one?
Could never be who I am today with a kid to take care of. Wait, are you telling me you got pregnant on purpose? Who does that?
That's what I'm saying. Having kids, what are you, a boomer?
Megan, I wouldn't hesitate to say that Trish is nearly as important to this company as any man.
Thank you for saying that, sir. You don't want a kid, Megan. Get a puppy instead. That's what I did.
Oh, actually, Trish, with your work from home, we were thinking that there would be a productivity increase if you didn't have that puppy.
I can't believe you would insinuate that I should get rid of my puppy. That is offensive, Larry.
All right, Larry, don't be offensive. Here, Megan, take this plan. You can have it. Invest your maternal instincts into this.
Ooh, yeah, this won't keep you up at night.
Megan, this is a woman's right.
Okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go back to my desk where I'm going to continue to do the excellent work that I've been doing for this company while my baby grows inside my belly, and then I will give birth to that baby in 7 months. And then I'll take the 12 weeks of paid maternity leave. My baby will be on my insurance, and once in a while I might need a little bit of flexibility, but I will continue to knock it out of the park like I always have.
Classic submissive conservative woman.
Now, this is edited. We cut it down to about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, about a 4 minute long video
really?
where they call her into the office and start saying, hey, we're really happy for you. And so could we make these adjustments really quick so we can move on with the corporate business, stuff like that. And so there's a couple of things here. First, I got to say this. Way to go, Live Action. Okay, now I'm not the pro-life movement to me I love what they're trying to do here. I really do. I love the fact that they're trying to push back on it.
They're appealing to imagination and story,
yes,
which is something the conservatives are often terrible at.
Yeah. I think they
but notice where they left the video, though. Notice where they left the video. First of all, what is the
no, you hold on. You need to practice more Paulism. Practice first saying what was good, and then you spank them. What are you doing? Let's get out the good stuff first, man. Like they tried, brother, right? Like, come on, let's exercise. Say it with me. They tried.
What is the new classic conservative submissive woman?
He's not doing
it. Oh, she's someone that split her efforts between raising her children and working full time.
Right.
That's where they left it.
Yeah.
There's no win there.
Where's your video at, Gabe? Here's
what, you're sick at home? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay. So again, we don't have. I think could be a lot more poetry here. I think it could have made a better story. Okay, what was it? They made one, and this is going in the right direction, and I want to applaud that.
Yes.
But there are some things here that I'm not concerned about what they put in here. I'm concerned about what they left out.
Yeah.
There was no talk of husband.
Yeah. Where's the husband?
There was no.
Where's dad?
That dad wasn't there. That wasn't the case at all. That was something that was left behind. The husband wasn't even a person in the role at all. You plan to have a baby. The husband wasn't mentioned. He wasn't there. And the idea of what she's made for, as if the corporate world is what she was made for. There was more submissive to the corporate world and what they wanted to do, help them be excellent at what they do, but not at the home. Where's your kid going to be at those 8-9 hours that you're 16 hours that you're spending?
And her question was, why not both?
Right. And
why not both?
Right. But
that's the compromise.
Yeah. Can you do both, Pastor? Is that?
Very, very, very. Not really. No.
Yeah.
No. Never mind. No.
Yeah. But because here's what you have. You have.
I mean, if you want to say, can a woman knock it out of a park as a homemaker and a mother, and on the side do excellent work for another company? Sure. But I think what you would find, it would be on the side, and you can't do 2 full-time jobs at the exact same quality.
I think what you have here is split allegiance.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said no.
Yeah. But exactly. But you know what it should have is like, okay, at home, like when we're talking about women and what they can do corporately, we're not talking about whether or not they can work. That's not what the question at all. Of course they can.
No.
And husbands should have the type of environment that they make at their houses that women are like, I'm going to cultivate this and make this valuable for us and bless other people with it. And from that, from out of that pocket, things grow and work, and she's dealing business, and I don't have a problem with that. But it's the home is the thing that's her focus,
and I do think,
that she builds out.
And I do think it's understated, but the comparison of baby to puppy to plant, is making the point, though, that in terms of hierarchy of values, like it doesn't, like the question it doesn't even rank, right? It's not even a question. The one guy asks, thinking you'd rather have a puppy, and of course the irony is thick and rich. But I think they need it lacks taking it that final step.
I think the main point, and I want to be careful because I think their main point out of all of this is to say the way that the laws are set up now, it creates, enforces, and gives authority to companies to put pressure on the women who work there to get abortions over against having their kids.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's a point that should be very well observed and not missed in whatever critique we may have. That is exactly what it does when you give that type of authority to Uncle Daddy government, right? To make those kind of decisions.
Corporate slavery.
This is corporate slavery, absolutely. Right. And so I don't want to miss their point with this, but I also want to say that is not the moral imagination that we ultimately want to be creating for our argument against abortion and argument for the beauty of women, right? It's not. We want to talk about that. She's inexpensive. For me to give up my wife to a corporation would be insane.
Right.
How would our family survive? What would we do? How will we operate with mom not being able to cultivate this home?
Just get plants instead.
Oh, and a puppy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's how.
And somebody who is kind of working on the other side of the life issue that we don't talk about a lot, and we probably need to talk about a lot more, is Bill Gates.
What? He's working on the life issue?
Yeah, he's working on the life issue, but he's working on it in a kind of backwards way. He wrote a letter to his constituents, and he talked about, I think he's pushing for development of health for people in other nations. He's been doing that a lot. But what has kind of hit him from his own audience is, wait a second, if you are trying to make people more healthy, won't you add to the inflation of life? People are going to live longer. There's going to be more people. How are you going to manage population growth with healthy people? It doesn't work. Well, he came out with a letter to his constituents to answer the problem.
Oh.
In this year's annual letter, Melinda and I take the toughest questions we get asked and give our answers. One that's come up for a long time is, as we make the world healthier, is the population going to get so big that feeding everybody and maintaining the environment is going to be impossible. Here we can see a chart that looks at the total world population over the last several hundred years. And at first glance, this is a bit scary. We go from less than 1 billion in 1800, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.4 billion where we are today is happening even faster. So Melinda and I wondered whether providing new medicines and keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem? What we found out is that as health improves, families choose to have less children. And this effect is very, very dramatic. We find that in every country of the world, this is repeated. The population growth goes down as we improve health. So we've taken that chart that shows the global population growth, and we've actually extended it out all the way to 2100. And we can see that instead of continuing, it actually flattens out. Another way to see that is through this rate of population growth. And you can see that in the 60s, that reached a pretty high number, over 2% per year, and it's now come way, way down. Now, 11 billion people, still a lot, but the good news is that the faster we improve health, the faster family size goes down, and so we can feel great about saving those lives.
This guy is a...
I want to go back to Trump. I want to talk about Trump. I don't want to talk about this.
This guy's a madman.
Can we go back to major news?
This is a madman.
Did you hear this?
Yeah.
This is insane.
The good news is the faster we increase health, the quicker we can get people to have less children. What in
Gabe, you're kind of like the guest here. I'll give you first right of refusal.
Yeah. So I think the correlation is pretty crazy, or a stretch, or whatever he's trying to do. The correlation doesn't sound good, or doesn't sound accurate to me. But the thing that if that's the correlation, or if he thinks that's the correlation, to me the issue is more of Cotton Mather's quote that we like to use on our show a lot, where faithfulness begat prosperity, and the daughter devoured the mother. To me, that's more what's happened. So as a nation gets more prosperous, the more we forget God. And the more that prosperity devours the mother, which means we stop having kids. We stop caring about the nuclear family. We stop caring about mom and dad, good, healthy children, spiritually healthy children, and so forth. Because the results of what he's talking about are the fruit is in the pudding. What does Chad Prather say? You got the blueberries in the chili. No, the results aren't good, because the health of our nation is, we aren't spiritually healthy.
Right.
We got, abortions are up. If he wants to talk correlation, that's where he needs to go.
Pastor.
He's a madman. That's what. That's all. He's crazy. You know what? And I'm with you. I would rather have Trump making major announcements about his superhero NFT cards.
I'm about to go buy one after this.
I'd rather have that every day of the week than this kind of absolute soul-rotting insanity. But Trump's maybe at worst a 6-year-old boy. Who
I'm gonna shut my mouth. I got some jokes.
Thinks he's amazing and awesome. Watch this, mom. Is all he's. If that's what he's doing, all right. But at least he lives in the real world.
Kinda, yeah.
It's
sure.
okay. As far as
6-year-old boys live in a different way.
But it's
a 6-year-old boy world inside of a world.
Like,
yeah,
when you skin your knee, you still skin your knee. This guy lives in delusion land, and people are listening to him.
Do you know how many times I had to watch his clips to get what he was meaning? I had to go find out the context. We had to get a different, because I didn't understand what he was talking about. Yeah. How is it that you build in making people more healthy? So people who are asking the question get it. Yeah. How is it that you can make people more healthy?
Right. And that means more people live.
But if I worked that economically or did the math on that, you would say, so you mean to tell me the more that I take care of my garden, the less product from my garden I'm going to get from it? What world is that sane?
Right.
Well, it's only sane in one world, the evolution world.
Right.
which thinks that there's a limited amount of resources for a limited amount of people, right? That's not God's world.
Right.
When God designed this world, we can't take their cosmological understanding and start working through it. That doesn't make sense. We got to completely change our cosmology. God made a world and told man to be fruitful and multiply up until this point. Oh, wait, he didn't give a limit.
Right.
He intended for the man to work the ground to create, and God left jewels and all these presents in the ground for us to find that would make mankind better, right? That would proclaim his glory as we love each other with the things that we find and make.
Right.
And so adding more people to the world isn't a problem.
Right. Right.
That's not the problem.
I think I've heard Pastor Doug say this before. I don't know who else. I don't know where he got it from or if it comes from him. But whenever somebody says there is no God, they're always also talking interested in a job opening.
That's right.
There's no God is always the prelude to, and I want to be him.
That's right.
And that's but that's the irony. More of the incoherence and irrationality of a Darwinian atheistic materialistic world in which, wait, let me help.
Yes.
Here, I'm going to put my finger on the scale. Here, I'm going to help evolution do the right thing.
Yeah.
Which is kill us all.
Yeah.
Destroy us all.
And there's one more thing. God's world is designed that as you work the ground, it brings forth blessing. It brings forth more, right? It doesn't bring forth curses. We don't live in a random universe. Right. It's ordered a particular way, and we need to understand that. The other thing is, I was trying to figure out what kind of healthcare, if you're doing evolutionary math, what kind of healthcare do you create that supposedly helps people and you get less of them? The kind of healthcare that he's thinking about is abortion.
Right. And euthanasia.
Right. He's already thinking about sterilization for people.
Right.
Like that. They're working through that, and they think that's a good thing. Since you're not here to do it, it's a good thing. And so when they talk about healthcare, what they mean by it doesn't work. That's not healthcare. Whatever that is he's talking about, you don't want it. Think about the shot right now. You want that? You want some healthcare?
Right.
You want a mask on your face so you can't breathe?
Yeah. Bunch of you're going to get myocarditis and drop dead. But
All right.
Hey.
So I was on Instagram, and unfortunately, things run in my feed, and I find things. One of my friends will share something, and there was we call them death escorts that take women to abortion clinics.
Oh yeah. They're trying to shield the women from the like preachers and people who are out front.
And remember the trans. I can't remember which hospital they had people who were advocates who went with the folks who got the surgeries.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like this too, except with abortion, a friend comes with you who is a escort. Well, one of the abortion escorts made a video about his friend who's about to go get an abortion.
Hello, and welcome to A Day in the Life. Today I'm joining a friend to get the life sucked out of her. Starting my day with a long run because she can't be the only one down a few pounds today. This is the second time I've joined a friend for one of these, so I'm getting good reps in. For breakfast, I'm having scrambled eggs to celebrate the scrambling of hers. Then we head out to meet Sam. Look at all those numbers. It reminds me of all the ages her child won't see. Teaching your kid how to ride a bike has to be one of the most beautiful moments a parent can have. Not today, though. Getting Sam a small breakfast before her procedure. She's eating for 2, but not for long. And now we're walking down. I feel like I'm in the movie Juno if they decided it should have been a short film. Stopping off at the library because she'll be gone for about 3 hours. Ah, my favorite, What to Expect When You're No Longer Expecting by Termination and Empty Womb. And we've arrived, in the waiting room, or as I like to call it, the sleigh lounge. Sending her on her way because duty calls. And just like that, she's done. She looks like she could fly, although that might just be the wings of her angel baby. Now we're getting some ice cream, and there's 3 spoons. One for me, one for Sam, and one for sweet, sweet Archibald.
So,
wicked.
Man.
This is pretty wicked stuff, but I want to tie this all in. They make videos like this because they are trying to get you to respond. They want to upset you. They want to drive this in your face. They want to mock God. That's what they're doing. And they want to make you have a reaction that, and it works. I'm not going to lie. But there's something else that we should, as Christians, think about when we see stuff like this. And not be so surprised that they get the reaction out of us that they want. We should say, and Jesus saves such like this. Mm-hmm. Because while this is wicked, it is. What is offensive really is like, how could God save a person like that? Mm-hmm. How could God take a person like that, wash them clean, and make them hate the person that they were? Mm-hmm. That's the most insane thing is the gospel transforms a heart like this that is turned against God and makes this person love God and regret their sin. So while they're trying to shock us, I'm not shocked by this.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that God decides to save such like this.
Well, it's even better or worse than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on how you look at it, this is the only kind of person God saves.
Come on now.
That's the thing. It's like you look at that and you think, man, that's wicked. That's awful. That's disgusting. Right. And the gospel says that Christ came for his enemies. He came for those who hated him, who didn't love him. That's the gospel. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Christ died for people like this. And we know that because in every one of our hearts, if you're honest about your own sin, you know you've flaunted that same kind of attitude with your own sins.
That's right.
And even if the Lord was kind enough to save you from a very young age, you've still seen it in your own attitudes. You've seen it in your own reluctance or refusal to repent of certain sins at particular times. And it's the same attitude.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's filthy, it's foul, it's disgusting. And that's why Christ was crucified for you.
And that's why I grabbed that clip, because I knew you're going to preach like that, Pastor. I knew you're going to give me one of those gospel messages at the end. So, and that's why we celebrate Christmas.
That's right.
If you're single, get married. If you're married, have you some kids. And if you have kids, go baptize them. Until tomorrow, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. Go fight, laugh, and feast. This is CrossPolitic.
King of Glory shall come in.
Hi, I'm Robert Borton, CEO of Classical Conversations, the world's largest classical Christian homeschooling community. I'm launching a new podcast, Refining Rhetoric. If you like CrossPolitics or just listen to hear what crazy stuff they're saying today, you will enjoy Refining Rhetoric. You can find us on your favorite podcast platform. I practice the 15 tools of learning by interviewing great guests, looking at current events, and talking about cryptocurrency.
Putting off writing that proposal again? Yeah, we've been there. Proposal writing can be tough. It takes work, and if you're not careful, you can set up your company for failure. Well, that's where we come in. Smart Pricing Table is an innovative application that focuses on, well, the pricing table. Instead of a static document and constant back and forth, our platform creates interactive proposals that empower your prospects. Not sure if something is needed? Make it optional. Have complicated services that vary? Let your customer do the work with line item upsells. Have reoccurring services? Easy peasy. With Smart Pricing Table, you can create attractive proposals quickly. And our system is built for reuse, so you can get out of that hamster wheel. Give your customers choice and close deals quickly with Smart Pricing Table.